Hi guys, this is a recap of what we did in class today and some information on how we're going to move forward with the essay. So if you look in your classwork tab, there is an assignment called Essay What to Do Now. So before I get into what these things are, I just want to make clear that depending on where you are in the process of writing, you might not need to do this. You might have already done it in different documents. So I'm going to explain how to figure that out using these slides. So there's a thing here called Essay Breakdown. When you open that up, at the end of that slideshow, there is a flowchart. So there are two main groups of people right now. There are people who already turned in the brainstorming graphic organizer, the thesis statement document, and the introduction on No Red Ink. If you are one of those people, you are following this flowchart on this side. So what you are doing right now is reading the comments that I left on those three different documents and asking me any questions you have and revising your work based on the suggestions I made. So before you do any of that, I want you to watch this tutorial video that is a screencast of me showing you where to look for the comments on each of these things. That explains all how comments work in Google Docs, which would be your brainstorming and your thesis. For the introduction, you just have to sign into No Red Ink and you will see them right there on your screen. So if you are working on this, when you are finished with that, then you are done for now until we move on to body paragraphs tomorrow. The other half of this flowchart is for people who have not started anything, or are stuck halfway, or are confused. So what I did for people who have not started at all is to create a document that has all of the steps in one Google Doc. So this link here will take you to simplified essay steps. This is also posted on Classroom in the Classwork tab. So what this does is puts the brainstorming graphic organizer, the thesis statement, and the introduction draft all in one place, so you can work through them without having to hop back and forth between documents. If you are going to do this, you need to make a copy of it for yourself. And then as you're working through it, if you don't know how to do the different steps, there is a screencast video for each one linked here. So there's one for brainstorming, one for the thesis statement, and one for the intro paragraph. So using that document and those videos, you should be able to work through everything that you have not yet done. Of course, ask me any questions you have, and remember to turn in your work when you're finished so that I can make suggestions on it. So you'll notice here, because it is an assignment, it's going to ask you to turn something in. It will show up on your little to-do list on the front of your classroom. So if you are using simplified essay steps, you will just turn in your work when you're finished. If you do not need to do this because you have already completed the separate documents that we did before break, then you're going to follow these directions listed here, which tells you to, if you already did it, just mark the assignment as done or turn it in blank with a comment letting me know that you already did the original assignments. That way it will take it off your to-do list and it will not hurt you. So you'll notice here, this is worth 75 points. The reason for that is that that is the combined score for all three of the parts that are in the simplified essay steps. You get 30 points for your graphic organizer, your brainstorming, 25 points for your thesis, and 20 points for your introductory paragraph draft. You will also notice this is due December 7th, which is Monday at midnight. That is the last day of this cycle, which is day G for the first time this cycle. So you have plenty of time to get all of this together and get it into me by Monday at midnight.